the countdown. Oh, we're going. We're going now.
Live?
Alright.
All right, gentlemen. Here we are on the unnamed episode 1.
It's been a long time coming.
Yes, it has. We've been talking about this for
Long time.
quite a few days. To my virtual right, I have the white-haired, tall, lanky-looking Aaron,
Hi.
and to my left, my virtual left, I've got something.
What's up?
Corey. As always, I'm G, and this is it. This is the show. So buckle on in. All right, gentlemen,
Yep. What's up?
how you both doing today?
Fantastic.
That's great.
I think you should have said tonight.
How you doing tonight? How you doing? We can't put a timestamp on this, otherwise everybody knows.
Well, I'm doing okay today.
That's good to hear. So we're gonna jump right on into this. I've got a topic pretty relative that both of you can hit because you're both experts in this field.
Oh, yes. I'm very intrigued. What's going on?
So recently, we've all found out that Pokemon is not going to have all 800 bajillion Pokemon to be catched in the new game.
Oh, yes.
God damn it.
And the decision is, quote, there are a couple different paths. I read that wrong. There are a couple different parts to the thinking behind it, but really, the biggest reason for it is just the sheer number of Pokemon. I want to hear your thoughts on that.
They're getting lazy.
Yeah, I was gonna use the same word, lazy.
Well, it's
No,
sorry, go ahead.
no,
I mean,
you go.
They have the money that. Go ahead, Aaron.
No, go ahead.
No, you're good.
This will get better. This will get better as we go.
Okay. All I was gonna say was the reasoning behind like they wanna kind of keep them like relevant to like the actual like kind of region like where the game is, like for instance, in like the UK kind of setting or whatever. They're not gonna have like the Alolan stuff, or like they're trying to keep certain Pokemon that like you could see in that kind of like area. And I just think in some way, shape, or form, like there could be like certain Pokemon for like competitive wise that's like, hey, now this Pokemon can't be in the game because it doesn't actually fit with like the realm of where the game is. Or then there's like, since you had some of these Alolan Pokemon or just even some of the Pokemon from Gen 7 in general aren't going to be in there because, they don't fit the actual like region. It's just kind of like a stupid like argument there. And then two, like that's a lot of Pokemon. Don't get me wrong, 800 Pokemon or so, or however many they're gonna put. That's a lot to like even just put into into the game. But like to say that like there's some that aren't gonna be good, like you're just asking for like a bunch of people to just like get pissed off. Like you're kind of like almost shooting the game in the foot before the game's actually out. So I don't like it, but I'll have to let's just see how it goes.
Nobody plays Pokemon for the graphics or for the story. They play it for the Pokemon. When you remove Pokemon, it's kind of like they just shoot themselves in the foot, because that's the thing what that people want. That's the main strength it has.
Yeah, that's what keeps everybody talking about it.
Right.
Like every card game, you need to continue to put new cards into it.
Mm-hmm.
Like
And
how much? Like
that's,
It's hard to feel excited for some of these new Pokemon, whether you like them or not, because they might not be the next ones.
yeah, that's actually a really good point. For instance, the coal Pokemon that looks like a rock,
Mm-hmm.
that one might not even show up in whatever gen comes next, and that's at what point is Pokemon next gen? What do they have to do for it to be next gen? Because
Not
right
make it.
now it feels exactly the same as Gen 1. To
They have to
me, at
make it
least.
not look like a 3DS game.
Do you think. At what point will they do that? Because.
I mean,
I
like we
hate to
already went
say it, but
over,
this game looks exactly the same as the one on the 3DS. It looks
it
pretty, like
does.
the
It does.
country, but
But you compare that to like Super Mario Odyssey or Breath of the Wild and the other Switch games, the Dragon Quest games. It looks like, I don't know. It just looks so bland and lazy.
oh yeah, like Zelda and Mario used to be pixelated.
Yeah, they've had massive leaps and bounds. Pokemon, not so much.
It's not like I don't think anybody's asking for like something to dethrone like Call of Duty or anything, but that's what keeps it popular. You need like all 900 Pokemon, so there's people constantly playing it, trying to get them all.
I mean, it kind of defeats that purpose of like their slogan, "Gotta catch them all." But hey,
Yeah,
we're gonna only like you gotta catch them all. Just only 400 or so of the Pokemon.
gotta catch some of them.
Yeah, like it kind of. I didn't
Gotta
even
catch
think of
some.
it.
Yeah,
I didn't even think of it like that. It literally just kind of like you kind of are like, your main slogan of like Pokemon, gotta catch them. You're literally just saying like, oh, screw that, we're not doing that anymore. Now it's like catch 400 certain amount. Like, I don't know.
I like to think that in the show, even if they don't say it, all of them exist. Like
Mm-hmm.
Bulbasaur exists in the latest episodes. They don't have to say that. But like imagine if you knew in the TV show that only like 40 Pokemon existed.
Yeah.
Like you kept seeing, you know, Weedle in every episode because they only had 40 to work with.
Yeah.
And
I
it's
mean,
just
at the end of the day, I'm gonna still get the game. I'm gonna still probably enjoy the game. That's how it's gonna
oh, I
go.
know, both of you will for sure. I hope
But
you both enjoy it. Just
I just, yeah, the route of going that way is just not, in my opinion, is not it's not a very good way to look at it. So
yeah,
They really wanted to. They could get the resources to put them all in, but
that's too much work.
yeah.
Or actually, that's just asking for too much. Also, too, like, kind of
it is.
what?
It is. That is asking too much work. Yeah.
Man,
Hey, so it's set in the UK, right?
I believe so. I mean,
Yes,
Dude,
it looks like it.
they have your favorite Wailord in it.
oh, there you go.
Which doesn't really make much sense to me, but
Well, Lord, because they need ocean
yeah.
Pokemon, especially if they're going to limit some few. You're going to need something pretty big to take up that empty space.
Did you know that Garbodor and Trubbish, they've been in every single regional dex since they came out. So someone at Game Freak really likes those guys.
These guys are trash. But I mean, I
That's
guess if you,
underrated pun right there.
I guess if you think about it, though, I mean, you could say like, I think I wonder if like Chandelure and like those ones. I feel like they're like the inanimate object kind of Pokemon. I feel like they're gonna be in like all the dexes, just because like, I mean, if you think about it, at the end of the day, Trubbish and Garbodor, they're just like trash bags. So it's like everybody has trash bags. So I'm wondering maybe if that's the route they went to keep them in. Is like, hey, they're
Oh yeah, like that's actually a good point. Like with things you'd commonly see, like this, but yeah, the chandelier, iconic things too. Obviously, like
I
Pikachu
don't
is going to be in it for sure, and probably Snorlax.
I don't really know if the ice cream. I don't know if that ice cream Pokemon was in.
Oh, everybody's favorite.
I don't know how many. I don't know if it's been in from like Gen 5 and on, but like I feel like
Yes, Snorlax is in it.
well, Snorlax is just like an iconic. It's like always an iconic. Like you can't have. It's like Pikachu and like Snorlax are like the first like well, and the starters of course are like the biggest like Gen 1 Pokemon you think of. So I mean,
No, they put Maractus in it, which is really weird.
I don't get that one.
Yeah, and yeah, Vanillux is in it also.
That's good. Everybody was asking for that one. I was worried. Like I related to like Smash too. You know, Smash Bros. Ultimate. They put literally every character they've made so far in the same game, and they have like
Yeah,
100
that's
characters.
incredible.
And then this franchise that has been going longer than that has it's going down. Like in what world do you go down? This isn't the less is more mentality. Like I'm not complaining. I'm just
Well, see, they did this to increase animation quality, but the animations are
they're
not
not
on
gonna
there.
change.
Just the other day, someone figured out that like your rival in Sword and Shield is a guy named Hop,
Oh my
and he
god.
uses the exact same. Aaron, do you know what I'm talking
No,
about?
I hop the freaking name.
Yeah, that's
It's
his
just
name.
stupid.
So he uses the exact same animation as your previous rival from Sun and Moon. Like when he gets excited, he kind of like moves his arms and shakes his
Really?
head. Yeah, it's literally the exact same animation. You can look it up on YouTube.
That's lame.
It's 1-to-1. Yeah, it's 1-to-1.
I don't want to say like
I
it.
guess
I don't want to say like it defeats the purpose, but it's like if you're not gonna like change it up like so much like that, but be like, oh yeah, we gotta cut all this stuff to up our up our overall like graphic and design all that garbage. Like that defeats the purpose. If you're just gonna take like models from like the last like year and just put it there, but just like reskin them or whatever, like what's the point?
Yeah, I don't know if you want to watch this right now, but there's like here's a 1-minute video, and you can even see from the thumbnail. You get my point.
was it? Did they put all those resources towards enlarging the Pokemon? Was that it?
Yep, the same model, just blowing them up.
That's dumb.
Now, you both have obviously been playing it longer than me. Neither of you hate it. Like
No,
No.
you have, Corey, you have a Pikachu collection on your bookshelf, if it's still there, which is
we don't have to talk about that.
it's a sight to
That's
see.
confidential. That's secret.
And Aaron probably got me back into Pokemon when we started doing the online version of it, where you have all of them and you can build your own teams. So obviously you both like it and you don't want it to fail.
Yeah.
It's just disappointing for me to see that it's going down.
Now it's interesting you bring that up about Showdown because now the Gen 8 Showdown, the metagame is going to be really weird because only like half the Pokemon are going to be in it.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
Well,
there's
that's
all
what.
types of formats, and
Well,
I
that.
imagine if you do that format, you're going to be missing.
Like you know how like if you go to Pokemon's page and it'll like take you back to Red and Blue and you can look at all their tiers. Well, for some of those, you're gonna click Gen 8 and it's just gonna be like not in the game.
Yeah, that's what I was. When we first were talking about it, I said it's gonna make like the competitive like base like really like messed up because, like, for instance, you're not gonna have like the Tapus in the game because those were based off of like Hawaii or whatever, and like the Tapus, mainly Tapu Koko, there's a really strong team in OU that uses Tapu Koko and the Alolan Raichu sometimes. And there's 2 or 3 Pokemon on that team that really need Tapu Koko to work. Now you're taking like some Pokemon that aren't going to be in the games. You're literally taking that team and butchering it.
So there's going to be a lot of indirect nerfs.
Yeah.
And indirect nerfs.
What is it? Like Tapu Fini, I think that's the water one. I'm thinking it's like one of the best like walls in the game, and like now, like scratching that one out. Now it's gonna, I guess, in a way, it maybe might be good because maybe it's gonna maybe make some people try to use new things. But at the same time, too, like I guess the quote is if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So why take a bunch of those ones out and then mess it up? What I'm wondering is, are they like out of these 400 Pokemon, are they going to take out those Therian forms of like Landorus, Tornadus, and Thundurus?
Well, Megas are gone, so probably.
Because if those are gone, then what is it like? Just like OU is going to be boring because Landorus Therian form is on every team, and if that guy is gone, like,
dude, I'm not gonna miss that guy, to be honest.
I know he's annoying. He's annoying, and I definitely loved having him on my team in season 1, but like it kind of going back to like this new gen is going to shake up a lot of the formats, and like as good as that sounds, because you want to have change, some people just like to like, I just like using like Butterfree or like just I like using certain stuff. If that's not going to be in the game, then it's going to make me kind of like, either I'm going to have to just like use like new stuff or I'm just not going to be like maybe playing Showdown as much because I can't use, or I mean not Showdown. I might not be able to use like play it as much if I don't have all the Pokemon I want to have. So I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah, it's I'm sure, like you guys said, it'll still be a good game, but there's going to be a little less there than you're used to.
Yeah. Oh well.
Here's my final thought on it before we move on to our next topic. So you're both getting it eventually at some point. Yeah. Neither of you own a Switch, but this will be the game that probably makes you make the Switch. Say they release all the other available Pokemon in a DLC packet. Would you buy that? And what would be a reasonable price for that?
That'd be a really slimy.
It would be, but you could see them doing it.
I think the backlash would be too strong, to be honest.
To be honest,
but
to kind of answer the question, I don't really know if I would go and do that, because my thing is kind of how Corey said, it's slimy, and I don't think I would feel like comfortable, even if it's like let's just say it's like maybe like a $5 to like $10 range. Like let's just say it's like somewhere in there.
Or
$1 for 100.
There's already a fee for bank and for home. They can't charge more for that.
All right, that's good to hear then, that they probably won't do that.
As
long as they don't listen to this.
If they actually did that and they had you like pay money to get some of these Pokemon, I wouldn't do it, because it's just
I don't think I would.
That's like you said, that's just really slimy, and that's just like really dumb for them to do. Like, you're already buying like a $50 game, and now it's gonna be like, oh, but if you do like potentially $10 more, you can get all of our Pokemon. Like, it's just like, okay, cool. So I'm spending $60. I mean, I guess that's like technically the normal pricing. but you're paying $60 to get all the 900 Pokemon. With literally like Gen 7, I could get potentially all the Pokemon and only have to pay the $50 or whatever it is for the actual game itself. Like it's kind of.
Well, yeah, 3DS games were $40. Now they're charging 60 for the Switch game.
Yeah, it's just.
Okay, here's
So that you
here's
gotta take
another
that into
good idea.
consideration.
So you guys know the big crave with microtransactions and how they're in every game and there are loot boxes in every game. Considering this will be, to my knowledge, the first Pokemon game on console out of the catching games,
Yeah.
do you think there will be microtransactions in the game?
No.
I don't think so.
$5 for
the
100 hyper potions.
Again, it's kind of like that.
No,
It's like that whole thing. It's like
well, they have pre-order bonuses for like potions,
Mhm.
which is stupid, but no one cares about that.
It would just be like they'd have to make a shop in the game, and then it would just, I don't know. I can't see them doing that because the only way that would work is you'd have to
They've
like
got
get
it
a
on their
shop.
apps.
I don't know. I don't think they would do that. I think my thing is if they want to make a good business move, how about you just give us all the Pokemon, and then you wouldn't have to see.
Yeah,
You wouldn't have to see all these
people
rants.
would be so happy.
You wouldn't have to see all these. You wouldn't have to. You wouldn't have to hear us talking for 20 minutes about like a rant about the fact that there's only 400 Pokemon.
Well,
Game free.
I get it. That would convince me to do it, and I feel discouraged to get it, knowing that like 500 are going to be gone.
I swear to God.
So I've been following the new releases ever since 2010 when Black and White came out. So this is the fourth new generation since, and this has been the worst hype. This has been the worst hype season yet.
Yeah, I feel it, to be honest.
And you guys were pretty excited before this happened too. You kept hoping about the leaks, and you're like, and everyone was kind of excited for the starters too. Like they're all kind of unique.
Bro, as soon as those first like wave of Pokemon got dropped, where they had the Raven and the turtle or whatever, I was so I mean Corey knows I was like saying like I'm having those two right away in my team, and that sheep is definitely going to be there too. And then like a week or so ago, I saw the 400 thing, and I saw it on YouTube. They showed in the on the thumbnail, it showed an X through Chimchar, and I was like, wait, what is going on? And then I clicked on it, and
favorite right there.
They're like only like 400 Pokemon. I'm like, I swear to God, if Chimchar is not in the game, I might have an aneurysm. Like I might actually get a little mad because
you can't take away this man's monkey.
It's a monkey. If you can have a starter that's a monkey, why can't you have like any of them? Like I would even say that for like Primeape. If they took Primeape out of the game, like you have a grass monkey or chimpanzee, whatever it is. You have already a monkey Pokemon as the starter. Why would you take out all the other ones if there's already a monkey in the game? Like that's where I would get mad. Like no.
You know, it'd be funny if they had that grass monkey from Black and White in the game.
But they didn't have any of the other ones. It's like, oh no, this one works. This one's fine. I'd go to Game Freak and I would shoot someone. No, I better not say that. Never mind.
Oh boy, would you look at the time?
Yeah. All right, let's go to a different topic. Let's just.
All right, if you guys are both good on that note.
I think at this point, I think we've kind of punched it into the ground as it's gonna be an interesting Pokemon year.
We'll hear more to come eventually. Hopefully instead of 400, there will be 500.
The other thing I would just love, like, here's the thing: if they were gonna only do it, that they had like, oh, there's only gonna be 400 Pokemon in the game, I wouldn't care. If it was for the fact that they said, oh, well, we're going to have 115 or 120 new Pokemon, not like 90. Oh, I forget how much it is, like 92 or 93. I don't know how many. There was a thing that they said they're going to have like 93 Pokemon in the game or something like that. And like the last 2 years, so like Gen 6 and Gen 7, they have just like kind of like halved.
Like 70 or something?
Yeah, they've like halved. Yeah, they've halved all the Pokemon that you get. Like it used to be like 150, 151. I think Gen 2 only had like 100. No.
Yeah, Gen 2 had about 100.
We're running out of ideas, guys.
Gen 4 had 100.
the point is they've been going.
Yeah,
less
they've
than
been
5 years.
half-assing it since Gen 6. If you really want to talk about them half-assing things, so it's just like if they were to say, "Oh, you're only certain Pokemon are going to be in there," I wouldn't care. As if but if you gave me like 125 Pokemon, I would be fine. Like I would be like, okay, that still sucks, but at least we're going to get 125 new Pokemon. But I
All
mean,
right. To
huh?
to make this end on a better note, I want you to come up with your idea for a new Pokemon so that they can use it and put it in the next gen.
Husky.
Yeah, I knew you were gonna say that. Ice type Husky, right?
Yes, an ice and dark Husky, please.
You know what? I always thought I've always surprised they never made a Bug and Dark type.
Yeah, make a Black Widow,
considering
please. Make a Black Widow.
bugs like dark spots. Yeah.
It would
And
be
I'll do a pair of shoes that's a fighting type.
No.
lame ass.
Don't.
They need every idea they can get at this point.
It would have to be a ghost.
Apparently.
All right. My next topic here on the unnamed show is I don't know if either of you guys have heard this yet, but every time I hear about it, it makes me laugh just because of how bloated it has become. And that story is none other than the $30 cup of bath water you can buy from
Here we
somebody
go.
named Belle Delphine. Aaron, have you heard about this?
Wait, what?
There,
You can buy.
Yeah, there's an Instagram thought who's selling a jar of her apparently is her bath water, $30 a pop,
yes,
and
and they
sold
sold out, Aaron. How does that make you feel to know that she probably can retire before you can?
I thought I saw a page on her Patreon and it says she makes like 100,000 a month or something.
So she's selling.
She's 19 years old, by the way.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, she's selling $30 for water that she just like bathes in. That's what she's selling, right? Okay,
Yeah.
I just want to make sure
Yes.
I'm okay.
Yeah, you heard that right.
$30.
What the fuck are people doing? Like,
Do you want to know the real answer for that?
it's kind of like I feel like they were doing shit like that when like Justin Bieber hit the scene. Like I got like a lock of like Justin's hair. Like,
yeah.
look how that.
Yeah.
Like I feel like that's
actually-
just like literally like what it is. So it's
That's
like
a
I don't
really good point. Yeah,
like.
you can
I
buy those
mean-
violins from famous musicians for like $10,000, or
Yeah.
you can get a cup of water from a bathtub for $30.
I mean, my thing is at the end of the day, how I feel about it. It kind of goes back to that whole like the picture that we had on our own Discord or whatever. Here's the thing: at the end of the day, like people are dumb, people do stupid stuff, people do like all this stuff to get attention, all that stuff. I am honestly not surprised somebody's spending $30 to get a stupid thing of like water. I mean, people spend like $20 on stuff and then they never use it. So my thing is you know what? For that Instagram thought that Corey called it, you know what? Hey, good for you. Good for you for scamming idiots online or all this shit. You know, hey, guess what?
Hey, that's
Instagram
kind of
person's gonna do it.
that's kind of what
No.
I say about it. Like, obviously, I don't agree with it necessarily, but if she's making money off of it, she's not hurting anybody. You go right ahead.
Yeah. I mean, I definitely think
she might spread, guys. She might spread her herpes.
I mean, hey, I think people would take that as well. My thing is, at the end of the day, I mean, you know what? Maybe what she should do is she should take all the money that she gets and makes like a psychiatric hospital for all the people that actually spent money on that.
Okay,
And
that'd be a bigger plot twist than Snoke dying in Episode 8.
I mean, again, at the end of the day, people are I don't want to say that word. I'm gonna refrain my. People are not the smartest, so you know what? Well, that's stupid. Oh my goodness, that's dumb.
I should also mention she is going to do another stock of it by high
Oh,
demand, but for a limited
What's
time only.
next?
oh. What's next? Is she gonna like? Is she gonna?
We
I can't.
aren't going to go that direction. That is the
Yep,
end of
yep, yep.
that.
All right, cool. I was gonna say, I'm like, I have some other ideas for some products, but I mean,
If
we'll just leave.
you'd like to learn more, you can probably find her Patreon somewhere.
I'll pass. I'll pass.
If you want to
Imagine spending
contribute
money.
$1,000 a month,
For
you go
bathwater.
right. Anyways, I don't know if either of you guys have seen this yet, but on a lighter note, the Disney uh, Mulan trailer came out. Obviously,
haven't seen
following
it.
the
I've
trend
not
of
seen it.
live action remakes. Neither of you seen it,
No,
but
I wanna go see Lion King. Sorry.
you have both seen the animated version, obviously.
Yes.
Um, but this one's interesting. So obviously, with a lot of the new live action shows coming out, you really haven't heard anything good about any of them, as far as I'm aware.
I mean, the only one I've heard that was like, I mean, okay, I went and saw the Jungle Book one,
Oh, that one,
like a
that
year or two.
I'll agree,
That
that
one
one
was
was
good.
okay. With
That one was pretty good. I thought it was really good actually because I loved the Jungle Book when I was a kid, and then there were like so many other like live action ones that they've made, and they've all been like kind of crap in some way, shapes, or forms. But this one, in my opinion, like I think I would say like they did a pretty good job. I think.
with Bill
Uh,
Murray in it too. I loved him in it as
yeah,
Blue. So
yeah, but I don't. I mean, yeah, but for the most part, yeah. Whenever you see live action stuff, it's kind of like a hit or miss depending on the
now
movie
for
series.
the Mulan one, it's interesting because usually, when they do a remake, they take everything from the original and they just make it live action. But
Mhm.
they're going a more traditional route with this, and the thing I noticed is Mushu, the red dragon, is not going to be in it.
Nope, it sucks. It automatically sucks.
That might be hard to translate into
That
live action.
sucks.
Which, yeah, I agree
But
with that
I
because
mean,
there's no way that would look well enough.
No, but I mean, okay, but at the same time too, like, okay, we've seen the movie. Mushu is like a iconic character.
Well,
To say, I understand that's gonna be hard. I would understand that's hard as shit to probably do. My thing is that dude is like a big part of Mulan as far as like comedy wise and just kind of like in general. If you're gonna take that guy out, how are you going to? You're literally changing the whole movie. It's not Mulan anymore. It's
well,
just
I think this is from my understanding. What they're doing is because Mushu in the movie, he helps. Uh, Obviously, her hidden name or whatever you want to call it is Ping, and he helps convince her to join the army in the first place, and he helps her keep undercover. But I think what they want to do is have her make that decision on her own instead of being influenced by an animated dragon. So it's like, I don't want to say it's like a powerful women's moment, but I feel like that is what it's supposed to be.
I mean,
And my point here is I think they need to stop remaking these or calling them remakes or live actions and call them something different because this movie is going to be different than the animation.
but yeah, you're taking like I
Whereas
just said.
Beauty and the Beast is the same thing. It's just live action. But Mushu's not in this, so they should call it
I
something
mean,
different.
yeah,
It
it's not the
looks
same movie
it
because
looks
you're
very
taking
cool. The live action
you're
trailer actually looked very cool.
yeah, but you're like here's the thing. You pretty much have to like change the whole ancestor scene. You have to change the whole like when he breaks the dragon. You have to change like almost the entire like battle scenes because he's in a lot of those scenes. Like you have to change like a lot of the movie because they don't want to have like a certain thing on there. Like it's it's not.
They just need to
I
call it
mean,
something. Dude, they should call it Mulan Traditional. That sounds
at
really bad as a title, but it should be something different,
at
not
the end of the
just
day,
Mulan, because you know they're
at
gonna get bad criticism from people who are like, "Where's Mushu?"
at the end of the day, I probably will go and see it, but it's definitely one of those like $5 Tuesdays now. It's not like a movie like I would go see anytime. It's a $5 Tuesday now. Like
That's
it's
that's
I would
that's fine. Just
yeah. Well, no, but it's just like it's the fact that like one of your quote unquote consumers is saying I'd rather just go see it when I only have to spend $5 than going and saying, oh, I want to go see it right away when it first comes out. That's just really bad. Like that's just like kind of like it's a flop in some ways already.
well, have any of the recent live action movies convinced you to want to go right now out of your seat?
I mean, to be honest, as dumb as this might sound, I
Don't
really
say
want to go
Dumbo.
see. No, I really want to go see The Lion King. I totally
Little
forgot that it
Mermaid.
came out
Nope.
already.
Yeah, that came out a few days ago, I think. I don't know how recently. Maybe today. I don't know.
But I think it. I don't know. I just know that like, and Corey can also vouch for this. I have been talking about it for a while now.
My
I
problem
own.
is
Yeah.
I already saw a clip of the song where Simba, Timon, and Pumbaa all sing the song Hakuna Matata, and it is
Mhm.
absolutely drained of colors and character because it's a real lion and a real meerkat and a real warthog.
It's really hard
It's
for me to
just
picture
like
because I
you
haven't
can
even seen
picture
that yet.
the animated version where they're all dancing and they're all eating bugs and they're all hopping around. And I
Yeah.
just I don't know. All
I
all the
I
live action movies are lacking something, and I wish they called them
yeah.
something different if they're going to involve nothing from the original or they're going to be changing the original.
I think the thing is I get it and I do think that is going to be kind of like a thing I have thought about as far as like um
I hope you can tell all the characters apart too.
yeah, I think it's just like the reason for me is why I really want to go see it is just because it is, and I guess this is why they do it, and I not good for them.
For the
It's because
nostalgia.
it's like yeah, it's a nostalgic movie, and yeah, that does kind of worry me a bit what you've just kind of said, but I still think at the end of the day I probably will still enjoy it as I've just said it is like a movie that I grew up as a kid, you know. But because for instance, kind of like thinking about it, this isn't really like a live action versus cartoon, but I guess it's just like a movie made versus like a new version of it made. My dad watched Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory like when he was a kid, like
Ab-
that was like, and then
Absolute
they had
classic.
yeah, and then they had the Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, which was kind of a different take on it or whatever. And my dad did say though, as though as that original was really good, he did also like this one. So even though like maybe it wasn't, the best version like movie wise, it was still kind of a good like he still enjoyed it even though the classic one is still better in senses. And I think that's kind of my reasoning with the Lion King is like, yeah, maybe it might not be like you know as amazing as the first one was, but at the end of the day like it's still the Lion King. It still kind of has that core stuff in it, so I might still enjoy it. So I don't know, but kind of going back to the main thing, yeah, that Mulan thing, that's just very interested to see how they're going to make it work. So
Yeah, Mulan's actually like my favorite of those movies, so I'm a little concerned that they'll mess it up.
Not
It's
that anyone
it,
wants them to mess up either. Like I hope
no,
everybody that goes to see it enjoys it, and I hope Mulan does well because I'm actually interested in seeing how they do it without Mushu.
yeah, it's I know I don't want it to fail, but it is a little like kind of worrisome as how they're gonna do it.
which is a perfect segue to the next topic about something we already know is failing. Star Wars Episode 9, The Sith Trooper has been revealed.
Dude,
A
why?
chrome red stormtrooper. I want to hear
I mean,
some thoughts that I've already heard from both of you.
So it's a Power Ranger.
Where's the dude? We got to get the green one, the blue one, the red one. We already got the red one.
They're probably in there.
There's going to
They're
be 5
probably in there.
stormtroopers, and they're all going to gather together to defeat Rey. That's the Knights of.
I mean, I kind of went nerd a little bit with like Corey of like that's technically not an actual Sith trooper. There's actually been a Sith trooper.
Oh yes,
before.
I even know that. There's an actual Sith trooper that looks nothing like that.
Yeah, for this, it's just I don't know. It's
just
But Kylo Ren's not even a.
It's
Kylo's
Yeah,
not
that's-
even
yeah.
fired, so I'm confused.
I-
Is that Palpatine's first? Does Palpatine
dude, those
have a
those
personal
those are
and
the
you know-
same guards that have been with him since the Royal Guard days. They're still there.
well, that's what I thought. I was like, don't call it the Sith trooper. Just call it like a royal. I don't know if you call it trooper, but like, it's not. It's pretty much like, okay, let's spray paint some of our guys, and boom, we'll
Literally
give them a
spray
new
paint
catchy
them.
name. I gotta give them a catchy name that works. We're gonna call them. I don't know. It's not a very good interpretation. I think I said, I'm like, maybe we have to wait and see how they're going to do it as far as like the overall like who they're gonna make like Siths or whatever. But I don't really get what the whole idea of it was.
Hey, maybe
So,
this is
I mean,
another new villain.
to sell more toys. That's what it's for.
That's it too. Yeah, you can easily sell. You can now sell, regular Stormtrooper at your local distribution, and you can sell red Stormtrooper now right next to it.
And the shiny chrome.
If they're trying to
Chrome
do the
Dome.
EV thing, they're a little late.
Is Chrome Dome coming back?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, on the topic of
she's gonna come back.
Stormtroopers,
and then die
it's
again.
Phasma.
I'm just gonna kind of say this now. Like I said, at the end of the day, I'm still gonna go see like Star Wars, but like
Oh, we're
I feel
all
like
seeing it, for sure.
I feel like every year it's just getting to the point where it's like I don't want to say
It's out of
I'm
habit
starting
at
to
this
kind
point.
no I'm kind of starting to get like I'm not as excited anymore to go see them. Like when the first trailer came out, episode 7 or whatever, I was ecstatic because it's like, oh cool, they're adding on. Yeah, they're adding on to it or whatever. And like episode 7, like I've you guys know my opinion about it. It was still good and I still enjoyed it or whatever. And then Rogue One came out and I'm like, okay, this is going in a good direction. And then when episode 8 came out. Yeah. And then episode 8 came out and it was
We don't
it,
need
like
to talk
the
about that.
trailer. No. The trailer looked good and I'm like, all right, I'm excited. And then the movie hit, and then yes, we're not going to go into detail about the responses. Then Solo came out, and the thing is, as a movie itself, I didn't think Solo was bad. I think the reason Solo just didn't
It was
like
boring,
be like it
which
was
is why
amazing
you fell
was because
asleep in the theater.
I thought no. My thing was I thought it was because of the fact that like episode 8 sucked or was a bomb. So now you have Solo that's like, well, we already were.
Another
we already
bomb.
were like, okay, well, episode 8 already sucked, so this whole thing's gonna be like a crap. You went into it kind of being like, all right, cool, probably another like bomb movie or whatever.
Troy,
and now you got and now you got episode 9. And honestly, like when I saw like when somebody told me the trailer was out, I think Corey told me. As soon as he told me it, of course I want to go and see it, but I wasn't excited to go watch it. I'm just like, oh great, let's see what this is. And then it's I don't know. It's just it's really starting to like kind of fizzle out for me. Like only thing I hope for is I hope that this movie's okay, or I just hope that if they do make a movie like a second movie, like as they've been doing, where they've done kind of main like part and then canon stuff or whatever. I really hope that movie is really good because right now,
Oh, I hope it either blows all of our shoes off or it is so bad that we all enjoy it. I hope it's
it's
one of the
blowing. It's definitely blowing something. So I mean,
Yeah. We'll have to see. It's what,
scale
4 or
of
5 months away?
0
Yeah,
through
5
10.
months.
Rate how excited you are for this final epic conclusion to the
3.
Skywalker trilogy.
Right now, yeah, I was going to say about 3. I was more excited after I saw the trailer, but that definitely fizzled out. I'll probably feel more excited
I'll
as we get
go
closer. But
one step above both of you and give it a 4, just to be a little more optimistic.
That's a big.
I mean, you can't lie. Like hearing
That's
Palpatine
what gave
laugh
it that
No,
is
it
extra
really
is.
4.
cool.
It is, but that's
But
not enough.
at the same time, yeah, they're relying on the legacy instead
Yeah,
of
If I,
the
if
thing
I
that
told either of you to recall the entire trailer, you would both tell me about that moment. I don't even remember
no
anything
the
else
the only
other than Ray
the
doing
only
a
other thing I
backflip.
remember is when she did that flip. Yeah, that's
the
all I
only thing
remember.
I really remember from that, like besides the laugh, was I do, for some odd reason, I do remember that like random like piece of like, was it the Death Star that they found or whatever on that random ass
Which
planet
was pretty
or
cool.
something like that. Well, no, but that's the only thing I remember, and even then I was just like, oh, cool. So episode 6 just remade 30, 40 years later. That's what it kind of gives me. That's what it kind of feels like. It's like, oh, Palpatine is coming back or whatever. You have that random ass like scene where you see like a not a wilderness, like a foresty kind of planet or whatever. What else was there that was kind of the same? It just seems like we're having episode.
Oh, they
Yeah,
showed
it's just
Lando.
episode 6 just made 40 years and probably sucks more than. Well, actually, episode 6 didn't suck, but it's just, I don't know. This one, it's kind of like when I saw episode 7. It gave me a lot of like episode 4 kind of feeling. I feel like this one's going to give me episode
Yep.
6. Just again, I'm not excited really, as episode 6 was really, really good.
Will
So
there be an
we'll see.
Ewok party at the end of episode 9?
I don't know. My thing, no, the Porgs are going to come back.
Yes. My favorite. All the ones
Your
that are
pork
still in
party.
the Falcon.
Yeah. I'm calling this now. I'm spoiler. Since they've been doing this now in these movies, I'm thinking either Lando or Chewie's gonna die.
I can't see
Yeah, definitely.
Chewbacca getting it just because
I mean,
he's more
here's the
iconic
thing.
than any of the main
Technically,
characters.
Leia. Well, you could say the same thing about Luke Skywalker, but he went. Look, the thing is like Leia almost died, but then she's shooting star bullshit back into the stupid starship, and oh, she used her Jedi Force powers to get back in.
Yeah, Leia's a
Shut the fuck up.
Jedi. Didn't you know that?
Yeah.
Like, it's yeah.
Remember when Emperor
If
Palpatine did the twirl in the air? She did the same thing.
Hey, that scene was cool though. That there's like a lot of lore behind why he spun around like that. So I enjoyed that spinning. Her thing was not enjoyable because it's just like the thing I loved about it was, so she does it. She survives an explosion, is put into space
Extra
where
trap.
you're not supposed to live. And then what does she do? She goes through space, gets back into the ship just to pass out and is now, sick or whatever. How do you survive? But then you're like, "Ugh," and fall over and like, yeah.
I mean, Mace Windu could have done that.
Yeah,
He was
dude.
flown up
Why?
in, or for that matter, Palpatine when he got
Why
thrown to
did?
Dude,
shaft.
imagine if
Yeah,
Palpatine
why
flew back up and he's like, I'm not touching.
That'd be really scary. Vader's like,
Why
oh
they do?
shit.
Why they do my man? Why they do my man Samuel L. Jackson do that bad, but then Princess Leia survives? Like, come on, man. It's not cool.
I don't know. It was really stupid. Like, yeah, we know that she has force powers because of her lineage, but
Yeah,
that
was definitely
ridiculous.
pulling a plot point out of their asses. Speaking of Sith,
Yep.
speaking of Sith, though, do we see Sith Jar Jar make a scene?
We still don't
That
know
would
what
be the
even
only
happened to him.
thing.
He's a Sith Lord, dude. He's Snoke, man.
He's a politician.
He's
Snoke,
clearly
man.
not doing a good job
so he's
wherever he is.
Yeah, pretty much.
Unless he's
Half-
coming
half the-
back with Lando and an entire fleet.
Half the
I want to see him back just one
If
more
you could
time.
have Jar Jar Binks say one sentence in Episode 9, what would it be?
I'm gonna not say what
Don't do
I'm
it
gonna
in his
say.
voice, though, please.
I'm not gonna
that's
I'm
what I
not
was
gonna
gonna
say
do.
it because it's not very PG-13. So no, I'm gonna pass.
Okay.
Well, I will add that if we ever do a podcast that's more rated R, I will definitely add that on to that part.
Aaron, you've already said the F word multiple times.
I mean, am I gonna give the okay?
Yes. Yes,
I'm not.
that's going to hurt our sponsorships, Aaron. Be careful.
I'm not. Wait, so I'm not allowed to do it in his voice?
If you want to, if you really want
And we
to,
don't have
for the extra
sponsors.
I'm
credit
not gonna
points.
do the voice. Okay. I'm not gonna do the.
Do it.
Misa wanna suck Finn's dick. That's the phrase.
And
That's the phrase.
that is the end of our podcast with one episode. We're canceled. We're gutted. Disney's shutting us down.
I mean, that's just already bad. Yeah, there you go. That's what.
Aaron, what is the
How long were you
context
thinking
of that
about that?
dialogue?
5 minutes. 5
think he
minutes.
just
My
made
thing
that.
is
Wow.
I just wanted like when you give me that option of like what I would love to see like Jar Jar say. Jar Jar is like a very like stupid character, so I would just love to hear him just like randomly in the middle of like a it's like a PG-13 movie, and there's some kids all of a sudden he goes up to Finn.
You don't have to.
Misa want to suck you. I think I would stand up and clap. I'd be like, yes, that has been his.
I mean, you may as well at this point. I mean, the movies are already.
Yeah, so I mean, there you go.
themselves.
What would you want him to say, Gunnar?
That's all, folks.
Okay. Lame.
That's the end of the
And
movie.
he winks at the hard camera, and it pans out to Mike.
I want a really emotional moment where he meets Kylo Ren and he says something about Annie, like he reminds.
He's his
him
father.
of Annie. No.
Yeah, I don't know.
Great suggestions all around. One of those was better than the others.
Hey, it's not nice.
I didn't say anything.
We know who's you were hinting at, so it's okay. It's fine.
You want to know what else I'm hinting at?
Our next topic, maybe
Avatar 2.
Not. Oh my god! I can't wait. I've been waiting how long now for it?
Release date December 17th, 2021. Yes.
Are you shitting me, dude?
What?
How long have they been
leaking next year?
How long have they been leaking this for? How many years has it been?
Well, it came out in
It's been almost 12 years, and we're still waiting.
Do either of you guys care about Avatar 2?
That's because they're. Yes, I care because it's going to be better sci-fi.
I can say this. I definitely enjoyed it when it came out, but I can tell you this right now. If you ask me, tell me like something that you remember from it. I'm telling you right now, I can't remember jack shit. Because it has been that long since I have seen it. Well, no, I've seen it. I've seen it like maybe a couple years ago, but like the fact that I have to wait this long, it's kind of like Disney like Pixar movies. It seems like they're literally just doing what Pixar does. They make a great movie, and then like 10 years down the road, they make another one just to like screw the whole
Hey,
system.
but they got 4 more planned.
Hey, oh yay! So you know what? By the
Yeah, they're doing.
oh,
They're
is it?
making
I
them
was about
back
to
to
say.
back. That's why it's taking so
2021,
long.
2022, 2024, and 2025.
I will tell you this right now.
It's
Hey,
going to be.
at least they're planning it out. Unlike
That's
the
true.
Star Wars trilogy.
Yeah, but the thing that I can see them doing is like they're gonna make Avatar 2, and then like they're gonna be like, okay, we gotta push it back like 7 years because something like one little small thing didn't work, so we need like extra time to make sure. Like
It's going to be the decade of Avatar.
I'm gonna be like 50 years old and be like, oh, guess what? Avatar 4 came
Aaron,
out. Like, oh, really?
I will wait.
I'm so happy.
Aaron, I will wait as long as it takes, as long as the movie's good. As long as they like, I'd rather wait for something.
No,
That
I
would be
mean, no,
good than
I
rushing
hope
and it
they. I
sucks.
hope they hear that out of the 3 people waiting for the film to come out.
Corey, I agree with you 100%. I think the thing that is kind of like, I think one thing that is kind of, I guess, a little ridiculous though is the fact that, as much as long as, or like, as much as they want to make it like as great as they can, I still think like almost 10 years or so is like a little much. I think.
Hey, I still think this movie is gonna make like.
Does it surprise either
1.5
of you
billion.
that Avatar
I'm
made
calling
more than
it.
Avengers Endgame?
No,
Even after it was
Nope.
re-released in theaters.
no.
Dude, that's so funny.
I was
They
almost
tried
hoping it
to beat
would,
it
just
again and
to
they
see a
failed.
record broken.
Why? I don't.
I'm
want
not. Yeah, I'm not
They don't
really. I'm
deserve
not
it.
really surprised because Avatar, as much as like there were some things that I definitely wasn't always not like the biggest fan of when I first watched it. I still think that the it's kind of it kind of was cool to me because it's almost like a dream. It's like it's like a dream world. I mean, it's that but it's
And you
yeah, like
It was
connect
really
to the
groundbreaking
trees
for
and
its
the
time.
yeah, like
wildlife, and other
there's so
people.
many like I don't want to say hidden messages, but there's so many like underlining like things that go on in it that just makes it such a good like series or whatever. Like
Well, I saw it in theaters twice. I can't actually name another movie I've seen in
I
theaters
definitely
twice.
every time it's come on like on TV or whatever, I either record it or I always try to make sure I remember the date, like the time it comes out, so I can watch it because I do really enjoy the movie. And also too, fun fact, I can't remember the lady's name, but the human,
The
yeah,
scientists
the
or the
scientist. If I believe so, right, I think she was in the movie Holes, that Disney movie with Shia LaBeouf. I think she was the ancest. Oh wait, oh wait, no. Oh shoot,
She the evil
what
lady?
movies is she in? There's like one movie that I remember that like I swear she was in. I thought it was Holes. I have to look up now. But anyway, I'm not surprised that it did better than Avengers and all that. I'm not really surprised. It was a really good.
will either of the.
Oh, she was an alien.
Oh, I remember. Okay, I can see her face.
You talk about Barney Weaver, right?
I don't know. I thought she was in Holes. I don't know. There was a movie that I knew that she was part of. What's her name again? Is it?
Yeah, she's from Aliens. That's her biggest
Yeah.
thing. It's like Barney Weaver.
But yeah, 4 more films. For those that asked for 1 more, you get 3 additional films. And don't forget the main villain of the first one, which was the big army guy with the
Oh yeah.
slick haircut,
Oh
is coming
God.
back. Don't forget. Spoiler alert. He's not dead, or at least he's coming back somehow.
So is
Oh, she was in
Sigourney
Chappie.
Weaver's character.
I don't even remember who that was.
She was the scientist.
Oh, she was in
who,
Wall-E.
got shot when they were escaping.
How is she alive?
She's in Wall-E too.
I don't know.
Oh, she is in Holes. I knew it. She's actually in Holes. Yeah, she's a warden lady. Oh my god. Yes. Yes.
Oh, she is.
I was like, dude, I could have sworn she was in
she
like
was
a
that-
Disney movie. And
She was
they,
that
okay,
evil
yeah,
lady
there we
with,
go.
like the venom for the nail polish.
Yeah, I liked her in Holes a lot. So I was when I saw her, I think I definitely said something I'm like, oh, that's. So I did enjoy it though. So good for them. It's kind of been I guess in a way, it's a wait that I'm okay with, but I do think it's been a little bit of a too long of a wait, but especially because they were hyping it up like I don't know how many years ago it was, and then to find that it it's still being made. So
About time.
I'll definitely go see it.
But yeah, we'll have to see that.
Yikes! That's
They said
Yeah.
Avatar 4. They're already working
for
on
them.
filming Avatar.
It's pretty
4.
impressive that they got everything done so
putting in.
fast.
I am kind of curious to see how much money they'll end up. How much money? So. Hmm. Oh, I think
I think people like there's kind of like a big joke where like no one cares about it, which is kind of true. But I do think people are going to be excited about it as we get closer.
Okay. I have one more thing, and this is a whole entire segment of itself, and we'll see how it works. We don't have to do it again if it doesn't work out.
Okay.
But this is called over or underrated. I think the options are pretty simple. You have over or underrated.
Indeed.
I'll give you a topic, and you tell me what you think about it. Everything clear? All right. All right. To start us off,
Yeah.
Pokemon. Everything about it. Is it over or
Oh
underrated?
yes. Definitely, Pokemon Go didn't really help it being overrated because even people like both my cousins who have never even like
on the planet.
been
As much as I like Pokemon.
Yeah, who have never been a fan of Pokemon were like, oh, I caught like a Poliwag or something like that. And I was like, you guys probably don't even know. Like I was like, ugh.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely overrated, and it's one of those ones where it's not a borderline. It's pretty much over the line of over or under.
All right, I'll agree with both of you. So that's 3-0.
Overrated.
Wow. All right, my next one is McDonald's.
It's like like.
Well, you have to pick one.
I don't need a McDonald's.
Yes.
Overrated.
No, I mean I wouldn't say I don't.
The biggest
I think in that situation, I don't know if I would say they're underrated. I mean, I think but I will say that like
that's not on
for McDonald's to be as high as it is, but then like Chick-fil-A, because I like my thing is I go to Chick-fil-A, you know, and my thing is I don't really go to McDonald's that much, and it's just because like
I do like once a month.
Nice. By the way, this is not a sponsor, but
dude,
yes, we do.
The thing with
free Chick-fil-A stuff. Could your mom?
But like the thing with
Sponsored by
McDonald's is, and
McDonald's,
I think this is
Chick-fil-A,
why
and
like
the new Star Wars
Chick-fil-A
movie
is
coming
good,
out
is
in
like
December.
because Chick-fil-A makes their stuff and their stuff isn't as greasy. Whereas like McDonald's, it's like you can take a napkin and just like your whole napkin will be filled with grease. And to the people, I have a McDonald's very very close to my house. Like it's literally only like a
Thank you for the
5 minute drive
image of
from my
that.
house. I will tell you, I went this morning, or no. I went this morning. I went this morning at like I think it was like 10 o'clock or whatever. There was a long ass line in the drive-through, and it is like that regardless of wherever you go, of course. But it's just like it shocks me like how many people will like consistently go there and get food from there when it's just like it's so. I mean, fast food in general is not good for you, of course, but it's just like it's so bad like how unhealthy it really is just to see so many people go there. And then on top of that, like I love advertisements because I mean, of course, all the like when you see stuff on TV, it's not going to look exactly like that, but like you see how like the Big Macs look, and then you get the Big Mac, and it's literally just like it's so small, and it's like, you know what? How about you just? I know you want to like sell the shit, but how about you actually just kind of like give us more of an actual like realization of how it looks? Like it just yeah. I don't know. I just
You're
McDonald's is
not
one of
getting
those things where
sponsored
it's
by
just like, you know,
McDonald's
I
in the
hope
future
down the road
anytime soon.
it dies. I just really hope it does.
I agree with that statement. That's 3-zip.
It's
All
over
right.
it.
You'll both like this next one. Yu-Gi-Oh!
Oh boy. I
Over
um
or underrated?
I want to say I don't know if I can say it's one or the other. I think it's like I guess in my opinion, I probably would say quote unquote it is overrated, but I definitely think like as far as like the fans, as far I think like it's been getting split so much. I think it's just like each year you're losing so many fans because the game is just like rapidly just getting to the point where it's like, oh cool, I can't play, and like somebody will do something or whatever, and they'll make like a whole bunch of things where it's just like, oh, you can't activate this, you can't do this, you can't do this, you can't do this. It's like, oh, cool. I'm so happy that I spent so much money to play this game just to get shut down right away. Like, ooh, cool. I think it's overrated because like it's still going on and it's still a huge thing. But I just think that like I don't know. I don't think it's one or the other. I think it's like in that middle ground. But if I had to pick, it's probably overrated. It's been going on for a long time. It's been 20 years, I think. Actually, now I think it's been like
Yeah, I
20
agree with
years.
Aaron. I think it's overrated at this
And
time. I
like
mean, it's
the
as fast as
iconic
Brian
like
was
Blue
pitching.
Eyes and Dark Magician and the Red Eyes like Black Dragon. Like back in those days, like those were three
Yeah.
really 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 cool cards. If you look at the game now, they all have their own separate you can build your own like deck just from those three cards. Whereas like back when you were like a kid or whatever, those were three like power cards. Like you put like some cards in, and then those were your big guys. Like you knew as soon as you put them on, you're gonna win. Now like Blue Eyes has so many cards that are just it's stupid how many cards have been printed for freaking Blue Eyes like dragon decks. So yeah, I don't know. It's overrated in my opinion. What do you think, Gun?
I'll, I'll agree with that. Just because my reasons
There you
are a
go.
little bit more lame, but whenever I play, I lose. So that is my reason why.
Uh, no.
Uh, so that's 3 so far that we've all agreed on. I hope you guys know. Um, my next one is
Uh,
somebody
yeah,
you
I
both
think
should
overrated.
know,
I think
Taylor Swift.
I have very recently. I very recently have
Overrated.
not really cared. I have not really cared if people know this. I was a big fan of Taylor Swift.
Uh-oh.
No, hold on. I like Taylor Swift when she was doing like the country stuff. And then
Yes, you love.
I
Taylor
think it
Swift.
was, don't quote me on this. I think it was around the time, I think it was around the time when the song, like, I Knew You Were Trouble, when you know, like that one, everyone knows that song.
I'm going to quote you on this.
I think that was the turning point where I was like, you know what, this stuff is garbage. Because it's like, she's trying to change her sound to fit in with like the, you know, how times changed or whatever. But like, I mean,
Well, you got it. That's talent. That's raw talent to be able to
I
adapt to
mean,
all that and
at the
be
end of the day, though,
as
too,
famous
like
as all the other people.
when her songs,
In my
when she was younger, a lot of her songs, like, I mean, overall, her songs are based off of like relationships or just like, you know, like kind of, you know, interaction with people in general. But definitely, yeah. But here's the thing,
yeah. Well,
genuinely,
that's the inside
her,
joke,
like,
is
I
that
guess,
they're
quote
all
unquote
about her
country songs,
exes.
or like her younger side, they were not about like relationships and like really too much, at least for the most part. As soon as like it kind of got bigger or whatever, like when she, you know, got older, that's all it was about. She literally is just like Adele, but not tone deaf. I definitely have pissed off some people. I am sorry, but I don't like her really either. So we don't really need to talk about Adele either. But yeah, Taylor Swift. At the end of the day, whatever, I overrated. It's, yeah.
It's when I think about it, I guess that's kind of a hard question to answer because overrated makes it seem bad. You know, like you can be overrated and not like a bad thing. So just keep that in mind. But yeah, I guess I agree. I don't think I can disagree with that, Corey.
I'm not trying to.
Jeez
Well, I
Louise,
said
we don't
nobody
all
Oh,
have
said
to
she's
agree on
overrated.
here
everything.
we go.
Boys.
It's not a
You're
hard
All right,
ball.
it's
not.
okay. Here's your hardball.
You're not
Here's your
throwing any
hardball here,
hardballs here.
Yeah,
Pikachu.
I'm actually,
Okay.
honestly, I'm starting to get really sick of Pikachu. It's over
Really, that's your hardball.
so many things.
We're all gonna
Again,
say
like I
overrated.
said, I probably just offended half the people in the world, and I don't really give a damn.
Wow.
It's getting really annoying, and to the point where like Detective Pikachu. Well, you know what I mean.
Well, you do care.
Yeah, look at. I wanted to see if there was a Tyranitar plush, like just a Tyranitar.
There you go.
So I looked it up on their website. They don't
Yeah,
have a Tyranitar plush,
I'm
but they have a
really sick of
Pikachu plush wearing a
So it's,
Tyranitar
yeah,
I think
costume.
that answers
it's an
things.
overrated for me, boys. I think you just need.
I might have to adjust the rules for this eventually. Yes.
Well, because you're making it either one thing or
Okay, so that's
Oh.
5. But here's the tipping point. This is an actual one that hopefully will get split. The topic is space. Literally, not like free space, but I'm talking about, space above you, astronauts, space travel, moon, planets. Is that over or underrated as a whole?
Yeah. I guess. It's for me. It's kind of.
you gotta go.
It's kind of hard to really answer that one.
Say underrated.
I guess my. Yeah. I mean. Well, no, that's what I was
Oh, you
about to. I was
think
about to say. I'm like, I
more
don't
people should
really
be talking
hear too
about
many
it,
people
or too
talk
many
about it
people
too
talk
much
about it?
anymore. So at least like whenever I watch the news, which is not fairly often, or I guess when I just like talk to people, never is it like, oh, did you hear what NASA's like? I don't hear about it, so it's Oh yeah.
I think
Oh,
the last
fucking what's
conversation
his
I
name?
had about space with
Yeah,
anybody was
Elon
when they
Musk.
sent that car into space.
Yeah, I
That's still
again,
floating
I don't
around.
want to. Now this is like one of those where like I kind of wish I
That was
wasn't
Elon
going to
Musk.
agree, but
Yeah.
like yeah, I have to go underrated. It's. Wait, no. Corey said it was underrated too.
Ooh, we got the first one.
Oh, overrated. I mean, I like.
No, Gunner. Yeah,
I'm
but
saying it's
Gunner's gonna
overrated.
say it's overrated.
That's just a personal thing. I've never really cared too much
Oh,
about rocks in space. That's the way I see it.
yeah, I don't, man. I don't know.
They're not
That's
just
no
rocks in
moon.
space, Gunner.
That's fine. That's the first tipping point. We finally got. No, I would
He
never
probably just
rig
said
it.
that to do something different. Finally,
All right, I've got two more here, and
yeah.
the first of the two is the actor. Are you ready for this? The actor
Yeah.
Keanu Reeves, famous in the news recently because he was in Toy Story
I
4,
like
I
him.
believe, which I still
Yeah.
haven't
Oh my
seen.
god.
He was the
Oh
the the
man,
the
Wait, man,
Daredevil
who
guy.
was he?
that's funny. Uh,
Are you serious? Oh, okay. Okay. I guess that makes some sense.
uh, I
Famous
have
for
not seen any
the
of them.
Yeah, I can see that
John Wick
now.
films that I don't know if either of you have seen. I've seen the first movie, and I'm not familiar with everything he's done, but he was at E3 recently because he's in the upcoming game Cyberpunk. He's in it. His character, Keanu Reeves, is in it.
Wasn't he also like a skin in
Has a different
Fortnite? Is
name,
that
not
true
literally
too?
Keanu Reeves, but
Yeah,
um.
I have to kind of. I'm gonna go with overrated
Oh yeah, that's true.
because my thing is like I've seen
Oh
him.
yeah, unofficial.
Gunner,
Ooh,
Gunner, Gunner,
I'm saying
Gunner,
underrated
Gunner. He
because I
was in
think he
Toy.
needs to be in more movies.
Oh man. All right. No,
I
Dude,
he's already had.
he cannot be more
He's already
popular if
had.
he
Okay, he's got
tries.
the whole
Oh,
John
does
Wick
being in
thing.
Toy
That,
Story make
and
you
when I just said that
popular?
he. I know it's not.
Uh
Okay,
Gunner. That's
okay,
Gunner. He's already.
okay.
He's already in
Tell
like
me
a lot of
something
the
a lot of
other
Fortnite
that
than those
stuff.
that
thing,
he is in.
the E3
A lot of
thing.
that stuff right there already is like a lot of.
Oh, the Matrix.
I'm
Matrix is a
guessing
good
a
one.
lot of like actors would love to just be in some of like the stuff that he is already kind of to 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 say that like he is a quote unquote underrated is
I'm not.
just
I'm
like,
not denying that at
oh, then
all.
Yeah,
we could just
they would kill for like
I
1/10 of his popularity.
I'm not denying that at
yeah,
all.
that's a no for
But
me.
I
That's a no
just
for
think
me, dog.
I'd like to see more of them. That's all.
Oh yeah, I think that's the first
Hey,
spice you're gonna get from me
that's the
because I
name of the game. We gotta
definitely
get a little
it was
spicy.
kind of a little bit admin. It's like that. No, he's not over. He's definitely overrated.
And finally, the last of the bunch. This this,
Wow.
this could go
Uh,
either way. I'm
Better
curious.
make a good one.
Anime. Is it over or underrated?
Anime is just, from
uh,
my understanding, it's like pretty. It's as popular as it's ever been in the West,
It's blowing up. It's
with
exploding
recent
with
hits like
popularity.
Attack on
Literally
Titan,
everybody
Along
knows
the
about
Line.
it. Whether they've
I
watched it or
think
not is a different thing.
I definitely
A lot of people still hate
I
it
know I
though.
have.
I think
Yes.
the
You know,
I think in
this
the
is
grand scheme
kind of
things,
interesting
when you look at
because
all the other entertainment media
Ooh.
around the world,
this was a while back. It's a while back because they were watching season 1, but uh, okay, this is an Attack on Titan reference. So
How
I would
long
maybe
back are we
say
talking here?
okay. Well, okay. My thing is
Okay.
they.
For the
I
two
don't know
viewers
how you guys feel about those like reaction channels on YouTube. I don't really watch too many, but there's a big one called the Fine Bros. They did
Oh,
like
I don't
an
know about that,
episode
Aaron.
on just I think it was only reacting to the trailer for season 1 of Attack on Titan. And there was only uh
Are there any spoilers in
I
there?
don't know, I can't really remember to be honest. But the
I've never
first
seen the first trailer.
I think the sample size was they asked 10
That's okay.
teens, I think, or kids, whatever. And I think only 2 of them knew about it. Out of the I know it's not a huge sample size, but these are kids that live in the US. Only 2 of them even knew like what the series was about, or they knew what the name was. The rest of them were just kind of like either they heard of like their friends would talk about it, or like they've heard a little bit, but like they barely knew anything about it. And then they asked them about like anime in general, and some of them were kind of like on the fence about it. And I think it's like I don't want to. I don't want to say I'm not trying to link the two, but I've definitely heard some people that are like, as soon as you say you like anime, they automatically go to like the the type of anime that is not, you know, yes, they go straight for the stuff that's like, the stuff that not
Or
many
yeah,
actually
like
like. The
hentai,
people that are
like
weird, they
they'll think
watch
of
that kind of
hentai or
crap,
something.
and I think.
yes.
When I was like 17, I was doing my driving test, and so the instructor was in the front seat and the other student was in the front seat, and they were talking about anime,
The
and they're like,
instructor was
man, I
saying.
really hate anime. Like, it was just weird. Yeah, they're like, well, I
Yikes.
mean, like if you like it, good for you, but I just think it's
Again,
so weird. And like they were like, yeah, it's really bizarre. And I was just
yeah,
like
that's
in the
weird.
back,
I
like
don't know.
not saying anything.
Bizarre
I don't want to
scenario.
say it's. I guess I would kind of say it's a little bit.
It was.
Oh,
I
what's the
don't even know
word?
how it came up.
Is it over or underrated? It's kind of hard. I know. I know. I guess I would
You
say it
gotta pick
is.
one. It's the name of the game.
I think I'm gonna say it's a little bit.
Yeah,
Just.
he's making us pick one.
I overrated. I think, but
Go on.
I think it's. I
You
think
can
it's
do
just
it.
because like you got like My Hero
Oh.
Academia and what are some of the other big ones? Like there's
Hmm.
yeah, there's a lot of
Good
them.
show.
There's a lot of them that are like I guess
Season
if you
4
want to
coming out
say the
right
quote
now.
unquote the mainstream animes or whatever, like
That
I
is the big
think
one. That
that's the
is the big
parts that are
one.
overrated. I guess like anime in general, I guess you could say is like a little bit underrated because there's some really probably that I probably you guys would know this more than me. There's probably some really good ones that are like not very like mainstreamish or whatever that are really good, but not many people watch because it's either maybe there is
Yes.
some like weird aspects to
Yes.
it, or maybe because
Oh yeah.
it's not all fully like dubbed. I don't really know, but I think just maybe the mainstream anime is a little bit overrated. But as far as anime in whole, I would say it's a little bit underrated. That's just me. Uh, so
So that is
that might be the first one you
I'm gonna
actually see
consider
us
that
splitting in.
1-to-1 ratio right there. I have to break the tiebreaker.
I don't know.
What does the host think?
I'm gonna say underrated. I don't have a big explanation. I think more people should watch it because it feels like there's a show for anybody. You just have to search for it. And I mean, you both said it. As time goes by, it keeps getting better and better. There's always more. Like the animation's better, the stories are better. Like some things are obviously copies of each other, but it's it's pretty good. More people should watch. I was gonna go on an inspirational journey
Was that
right
the
there,
is that
but
the
I decided
was that
not
the
to.
was that the last over underrated one? Or was there one more?
So yeah,
Interesting.
that is the last of my
Uh,
bunch. Unless either of you want to bring up
off
any
the top of
more.
my head, no.
That's
I don't
fine.
know
That's
what I
good.
got.
So the score was 5 overrated and 2 underrated out of the
I
7
mean,
topics.
I guess
So not
I
bad.
I
Almost
would say
balanced.
I'd say the one about the Pikachu one. I don't
I mean,
really
you
know if you
couldn't
should
be
count that one because
balanced,
you're
but
kind of just like asking.
Yeah.
I mean,
hey,
I'm
hey,
just
this is
saying.
this
You
is the
literally were
first
asking.
episode, okay?
I was gonna
This will
say you're
improve
literally just
as we
asking
go.
us to say overrated. That's why I was just like, I
The
mean,
rules will be
but
better.
they were a good question.
I
It's just
didn't
that
say they
Pikachu
were
one
good
could have
questions.
definitely,
I
went
just,
in the trash. Just
yes,
where all the other shit.
They were fantastic questions.
Yeah,
I would. All right,
I'm gonna just
all
stop
right.
saying shit before.
I will
Okay.
remember that.
Uh, yeah,
The
yeah.
Jar Jar Binks
I'm
comment was pretty
glad
good.
that
That was
everybody
quality
enjoyed it.
entertainment.
I def-
Oh yeah.
I don't think I didn't. I didn't. I mean,
All 2 of us.
I said if that happens, if I ever saw that, that would be
I don't think anyone enjoyed it.
very interesting.
Listen. Listen. If that happens, I'll stand up and cheer with you to make you feel
Oh,
better.
we know how you feel about that.
I don't know. I don't know. I'll pass.
I'll even shout along. You guys
Thanks
can
to.
clap and I can shout.
Yeah. Any final thoughts
No,
before I?
I mean, it's been fun.
Aaron's tired.
That's all I got.
That's your final thought, huh?
That's your final thought.
Yeah.
Yes, this
Come
was the only
back in like
episode.
2 years.
It's
We
been
might
nice
have
knowing you.
the second one ready to go.
Oh,
It was if it's anything
yes.
like how the Pokemon League went, this definitely might be a 4 month project to get one out.
More.
Hey,
Yes.
Gunnar, before
What?
you close off, you gotta talk about the one
What's the one
subscriber
subscriber
special.
special? Oh, oh shoot, you're right. We did.
Okay.
We planned it,
I don't
remember?
remember. You should take the lead here.
All right.
I think we
So
actually
for
have
our
2
one subscriber
subscribers. Those are you and
special,
me.
Oh no.
you get for our third
You
subscriber
get.
special, you get a
I
personal
guess
You
message.
the
can't
question
pass up
I
on
would
that.
have for
Hit
the
that subscribe button now and make sure to
very
ding that
honorable
bell.
third subscribers.
Yeah, that's right.
Who's the yours truly, and what does the message potentially kind of go to? Do they get to pick? Do they get to pick between the
What?
three of us?
What? Oh, I can say hi.
No. Okay.
Oh, I mean they
Aaron will shout you
it
out
can
in
be
the
any
next
of us.
video.
Yeah.
Anyways, that has been the Unnamed Podcast.
Okay.
starring
Uh,
the muscular Gunner, along with
I think you should have said. I think you should have said it.
Which gunner is this?
I'm trying to end the show.
All right. Thank you guys.
Okay,
This is from
close yourselves
Aaron
out. I'm not
2,
describing that
your
anymore.
host Aaron 1, because apparently we both made both of our names as Aaron. I'm not going to say the last name, and then shut your mouth. And then the other guy,
Aaron, nobody's
the
gonna see our names.
slimy alien guy. Thank you guys for listening to this, and have a good night. Yeah, you're supposed to cut it at the.
Is that it? Corey, you gotta close yourself out.
That's it.
No, you can't let Aaron do it for
Aaron
all
already
of us.
closed me out. So,
This is a 3-man show.
but he already did. I can't go back in time. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a blast.